What's up everybody, this is Fashant here, and for this video I'm going to be doing Domic's loyalty scene. I'm going to turn the music down a bit and then I'm going to load up we'll load up this save file just for the video. The game did freeze a bit. And as you can see here, you click on Domic. Here is view Domic's loyalty scene. Yes. Domic leads me to the town square of Mazio. Because of our recent conversations, I know what's going on. He's taking me to the spot where he lost his mother during the occupation. It must be hard on him. I can see him shaking as we walk through the town. But if facing this painful memory helped him move on, it was my duty to assist him. In the coming storm, he needed to be resolute. Helping him would help all of us. I can't thank you enough for coming with me, Seer. There's not many people I trust this much. I'm really glad I have you. Until today, I've only had dreams about doing this, but now I'm strong enough. And honestly, it's all because of you. I give a little credit to my near-death experience, but not all of it. You've grown into a capable leader and led us all down the right path. He smiles, and I smile back at him. It was nice to receive some support after all we've been through. Being the monarch wasn't very easy, but it's a weight I had to carry. We walk through the town square, taking back alleys for occasional shortcuts. After a while, we end up at a large open area. I'm surprised they haven't built shops here. This is where town meetings are held. They don't happen very often, but they need a big open space. There's a lot of people in Mazio, so everyone deserves a chance to attend. Soon after that, however, his tone becomes more serious. A lot of bodies in one place. That's just what they needed during the occupation. This is where it happened, Seer. The stuff with my mother. Now, please note that I'm saying Seer instead of my name because that's what the voiceover recording will say when it is released in the game, or it's already released in the game, so just a little heads up. I nod at him as we take steps closer toward the center. You may notice a crimson tint on the ground here. This is where they piled the bodies during the attack. So much blood. so much carnage permanently stained, just like the memories in my head. As hard as I try, I can't just scrub those off, either. Every other night I wake up in a cold sweat crying. I feel the lingering touch of her hand against mine. Then, the moment she goes away, it makes me feel empty inside. There's nothing to feel except all those corpses pressed against me. A warmth that slowly dissipates, leaving me cold and alone. I had to stay under them until things died down, almost a whole day. The moment I could, I got out and took her pendant along with me. It's all I have to remember her by, but perhaps that's why I can't let go. How can you move on from something when you remind yourself of it every day? Just a thought, of course. But after all I've been through, at least it's a thought of merit. He holds up his hand and shows me the pendant he's holding. I've seen that a few times now. He seems to carry it with him everywhere. Of course, as he suggested, that also means he carries the memory along as well. Let's keep moving. I'll show you exactly where it happened. Just stay close to me, okay? This is hard. I nod and start to follow him as we venture deeper into the open area. A podium rests at the center, likely where they'd hold these meetings from. Soon I picture what this place would look like during the occupation. I cringe. After a while, Dominic stops dead in his tracks and looks down at the ground. His body language and reaction tells me that this is exactly where his trauma happened. I could position myself right beside him and wait for him to speak. I couldn't rush him now. Well, this is it. He clutches the pendant close to his chest. Would you sit with me, sir? We might be here for a while after all. He sits down on the ground, attracting stares from a few passers-by. I join him, caring more for his well-being than the judgment of those around us. Looking down at the ground, he places the pendant down and moves it around slightly. It was right here, I think. You never really forget, you know? I hope it's not weird to sit here with me. I shake my head and let him do what he needs to do. Coming here to face what happened, I need to do this. But now, I'm not sure what to do next. I mean, what's the pendant? Do I leave it behind? Just like my memories? Or do I hold on? That was a good question. I can tell it's bothering him. I'm sure someone will just come around and steal it anyway, but maybe that's for the best. It can be somebody else's burden. I think I've grown tired of carrying it around for my entire life. However, I also don't want to regret doing this. I could just be acting rashly in the face of our final battle. It would be the first time somebody has done that, you know? I nod and let him speak. Look at me. The world is at stake, and I'm worried about this. Would... Well, you know what? With everything you've done for us, I trust you. What do I think I should do, Seer? Take it or leave it? Besides, I'm a bit biased here in almost every regard. Your head is more clear than mine, so it's worth a shot. What do you think I should do here? What's the right choice? Okay. According to the name of the achievement, something borrowed, I would think it's keep it, honor her memory in her life. Let's just see if it's it. You're probably right, and I don't want to make a mistake. Perhaps just coming here after all those years was enough. You have no idea how much this means to me, Seer. He picks up the pendant off the ground and clutches it in his hand. We both stand up and turn back in the direction we came from. Well then, should we get going? I nod and we start walking back the way we came. But Dominic looks so much happier and content than he did earlier. Perhaps the events of today would give him a clear mind in the future. As our final battle was imminent, we would find out sooner rather than later. And looks like that was not the correct choice. So I don't want to save it in this part, as the game freezes a bit. I'm gonna skip all this up until we get to this part. For the achievement, you need to select leave it. Move on from these painful memories to unlock the achievement something borrowed. And then the text says, you're right. I think this is something I need to do. It'll be hard, but I need to move on. I can't hold myself back. We're fighting to liberate our world and push forward, right? It's a bit hypocritical for me to do the opposite to myself. I hope whoever picks it up goes on to take good care of it. It means a lot to me, and I hope it can do that for others too. He places his hand on the pendant, touching it one last time. It's time for me to let go, Mother. This was always yours. I was just holding on to it for a while. I'll miss you, always. But your sacrifice for me will never be forgotten. He smiles and lets go of the pendant. It shimmers in the sun. We both stand up and turn back in the direction we came from. Well then, should we get going? And then you see right here in the top left, you have earned Dominic's loyalty. I nod, and we start walking back the way we came. But Dominic looks so much happier and content than he did earlier. Perhaps the events of today would give him a clear mind in the future. As our final battle was imminent, we would find out sooner rather than later. And then you go to here, and that is practically how to earn Dominic's loyalty. For people on Twitch, if you're new here, you can click the follow button at the top. If you are generous enough, you can click the subscribe button up top and subscribe starting at $4.99 per month. Or if you have Twitch Prime, you can subscribe for free using a free active Twitch Prime subscriber token. For the people on YouTube, this is where, if you want, you can click my face in the center of the screen, and you can, of course, subscribe on YouTube for free. You can also check out featured videos on screen now. And with that, I'm bidding thee farewell.